Okay, enough of that.
There we go.
There we go.
Why'd you say enough of that like that? Like you were tired of it?
I'm not big on music.
I know.
I just find something that's generally appropriate to the topic.
I'm like, for somebody that doesn't listen to music like that, you sure pick something groovy.
Actually, the ironic part of that is the search that I had to put on that was royalty-free, upbeat, erotic music. So,
Upbeat erotic?
Yeah, it's an animal thing. This is one of my sex talks.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a panty dropper.
I don't believe so. It's myself, but I have a very eclectic taste in music. So.
Well, I hope you're not like listening to symphonies while you're trying to get in the mood.
No. Okay, so I see a whole lot of ladies and okay, so ladies, if you can get your husbands or significant others to listen to this, because like I said in the title, this one's for the men. This is piggybacking off of Mrz.Parker's stream from the other day. The weird shroom infested nut up your spine guy. See if I can find him real quick.
Oh, you need his link?
No. I'm just gonna.
I sub to him.
This guy, this weird motherfucker right here. Okay.
Draven Lokes.
Draven Lokes. Okay. Yep. That's all I had intended on showing of him, because I was listening to that while I was driving, and I was like, oh my god, okay. He has a point. There is a definite scientific backing for what he was saying, but it's like he was trying to explain it in the absolute stupid way, the stupidest way he could possibly do it. And that's what I'm here to do today, is to essentially translate idiot into science.
So he's basically going to teach us how to nut up our spine the right way.
If you want to call it that. It's definitely not called nut up your spine. Actually, no, the scientific term for it is NEMO, which stands for non-ejaculatory multiple orgasms. And what it is as Gary pointed out earlier in Discord, the 1999 movie Go, it actually has roots in tantric sex. So
what about Finding Nemo?
Definitely not a kid's movie. But it is actually very interesting. Like I said, there is actually science behind it. When I was learning about this a few years ago, because I actually have practiced some of this stuff. When I was learning about this a few years ago, it was actually thought that the hormone prolactin is what triggers your refractory period. Because the thing, the big difference on that when between like mice and humans is mice will actually generate prolactin as they are having sex, whereas men will only generate prolactin after they've ejaculated.
And so, what is prolactin?
Prolactin is a hormone that's released along with another, basically like a chemical cocktail of feel-good hormones after you've busted a nut. Okay.
So that gives you the post-nut clarity.
It's like serotonin, norepinephrine, oxytocin. It was all of those things that triggered at the same time. And then you got prolactin over here, which doesn't really do a whole lot to your mood, but it's there. So they always thought that prolactin was the trigger that caused you to, go soft. And they actually did a study in January of last year. Apparently, the theory was that the theory was that prolactin was the hormone that caused your refractory period. Matter of fact, there is like an entire market worth of shit that would cause you to reduce your prolactin levels in an effort to get you harder faster.
And did it work?
No, they didn't. They were all over the counter, fly by night fucking scams. But this is actually News Medical Life Sciences. It is a fairly decent sized medical thing, but pretty much the entire thing is it's for the conclusion is that apparently prolactin is not actually the underlying cause of it. So they've gone back to square one. The thing is like I said, this entire little scene that he's trying to do is actually based in tantric sex. So they've been doing this for 3,000 years without all the medical data. You're
talking about the booty hole stuff.
No.
Because that's a bit of what he was talking about, where he's talking about doing butt Kegels and stuff.
Okay, well, see, that's actually not Kegels for men. There's actually there are two muscles that are involved in exercising your pelvic floor, and they are important. Okay, the thing is you as men, we tend to use one of them a lot, and we use the other one not at all. Okay. The rear muscle that's used for Kegels is essentially the exact same muscle that you use when you're trying to hold in a fart without clenching your butt cheeks. So it's actually the actual sphincter muscle right there. Okay. I know it does sound ridiculous, but it's actually true. The thing is that is the rear end of your pelvic floor muscles as a man. Now the front end. Segue here.
What?
Thank you for the update, Todd.
G stands for gay. G stands for gay.
Okay. Anyways, so the forward muscles are actually the muscles that you would use to essentially stop urinating mid-flow. Like instead of grabbing a hold and squeezing to lock off the stream, if you got to stop, you just clench down and it'll stop. Those are the muscles. Okay. Obviously, we don't use those very often because we don't really have a need.
Well, I mean, unless you have on like sweatpants or shorts, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But anyways, essentially what it is you do have to exercise those muscles. Okay. Unlike what Gary was talking about, the movie Go here, this isn't something that you can do after one conversation on a road trip to Vegas. Okay. This takes months of time, and it does actually have health benefits, which I found surprising. It can actually help with issues if you have pre-ejaculation issues. It can actually stop those completely. It also helps with your posture, your hip alignment, and your lower back if you have lower back pain. So, I mean, it is actually something that would be important for every man to know. Clinching class. Yeah, Ronan, there you go.
The right way. Remember that, folks. The right way.
Yes, this isn't nut up your spine and into your brain. This is, figuring out how to actually do this shit the right way. Now he did mention, what was it, semen retention?
Yes.
Okay. I actually found a case study on this by a PhD and a clinical sexologist and psychotherapist. And there's some interesting things about semen retention that are not widely known. One of the main things is that apparently an orgasm and ejaculation for men are actually two separate physiological events. Okay, the problem
I can believe that. I definitely can believe that.
Well, see, the main issue is because they usually always end up happening at the same time. Most men are not aware of that. You know, it's if you have an orgasm, you shoot your wad. That's how it works. But with some of the benefits of semen retention, you can have what's known as a dry orgasm, which essentially it is the what Doofus was over there trying to say about the nut up your spine thing. You
also
you
known
essentially
as a ghost nut.
Is that what he was calling it? Yeah.
No, that's not what he was calling it, but that's what it's referred to as.
Okay. See, the thing is that is actually a phenomenon, and it does have to do with semen retention. The thing is this is actually what leads to multiple orgasms for men. Is because if you can essentially keep yourself clenched down, you know, if you actually have control of your Kegels to that degree, because one thing that you're going to find out if you actually try to do your Kegels the right way, even as a guy, it takes a lot more muscle power down there to hold in a nut than it is than to hold in your urine. So,
and then when it finally does come out, it's just like,
yes, and that is one thing that actually that's a few things. It can actually lead to better sperm quality if you are attempting to get your if you are like in the act of attempting to get your partner pregnant. Short periods of abstinence or semen retention will lead to higher sperm motility, which is the scientific way to put it. Stronger swimmers. How about that?
Damn it! I was getting ready and like, I'm like, as soon as he gets done, I'm like, strong swimmers, folks.
But yeah, it does actually lead to that. It can also lead to more powerful orgasms for men, because obviously there are actually there's a lot of different ways to do it. There's also I guess edging would be a form of it.
Edging?
Yeah. Basically bringing yourself right up to the point of orgasm and then drawing back,
then dropping down,
and then doing it again. Yeah. Essentially, that's kind of like the cheating way of doing it, because this is if you actually have control of your Kegel muscles to that point, you can actually have the orgasm and still not pop and continue to have the orgasm. So edging is kind of like the cheater's way of doing it. It's because it's like you're getting close and then you back off, and then you're getting close and then you back off. It actually does have some. There are a couple of case studies. They're not very large, so I don't really put a whole lot of credence in them. But there are some case studies that are reporting an increase in testosterone as well by doing this stuff. So, like, say if you have done it for about anywhere between 1 and 3 weeks, depending on which case study you were a part of, they were looking at upwards of 147% your normal level of testosterone. So essentially 1.5 times. I mean, it's not a huge increase, but if you're a guy in your 40s and you're trying to do this shit to improve your sex life, that's going to be a lot.
I wouldn't know about that.
Well, of course not. I mean, you've got you've still got youth on your side.
Somewhere.
Okay. Apparently, there's also a thing about increasing performance in athletic competition.
I've heard about this. This I've heard of. Where they've often said, that's one of the reasons why the football coach tells you not to mess around with the broads, because you lose some of your aggression.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to be an aggressive athlete if you're full of oxytocin and norepinephrine. Yep. I mean, this is something that they would know nothing about anyway. So
nobody will really blame you either.
No, not really. Okay, so yeah, the one case study was showed 146%. I did get that one right. I think I'm done. Okay. So apparently there is a difference between semen retention and whatever the bullshit that's been going on every November for the last couple of years, the NoFap.
No Nut November.
Yeah. Apparently No Nut November was part of NoFap, which is it's an organization actually. And it was designed around helping people watch less porn or stop watching porn completely. And that's
why.
It's a Christian organization. I'm not getting into that.
That's all you got to say.
Yeah, literally no science backing that up. However, semen retention obviously is considerably different. It is definitely not abstaining from sex and masturbation. It is actually using sex and masturbation, but trying to abstain or delay having your orgasm. Big difference, because you're still using it. You're still getting the benefits of all the hormones released, including your major hit of dopamine and the love hormones and stuff like that. So you're still getting the connection with your partner. You're just not having to have to deal with that messy cleanup afterwards.
Basically, to keep everything dry. Well, not everything, but
I was about to say, no, you don't want to do that. But so semen retention is definitely a thing. The thing is without semen retention, you can't actually, as a man, there's no possible way to have multiple orgasms without that. Now, the multiple orgasms, though, how that works with semen retention is literally working on that while practicing your Kegel exercises. And when you do that, as soon as you actually manage to develop the pelvic floor muscles that are required, you can literally have a mind-blowing orgasm. Hold that in, maintain your erection, and continue going. And as soon as you get that far, that's when that's when you say that, or that's when the very interesting shit happens, because you end up with that's when you end up with the multiple orgasms, and it's a very distinct feeling that not only the guys are going to enjoy, but also their women are going to enjoy.
I can't even think about what that would even feel like. I don't know. It just sounds weird for some reason.
It does, and like I said, it's a really weird rabbit hole to fall into, especially if you're looking for advice from gurus instead of doctors, because it's just weird. But let's see here. Ronan saw a report that stated men should orgasm every 4 days. It pertains to the amount of time it takes for the body to recover. Yeah, about every 4 days. That's a decent baseline. There are hypersexual men that can that would like to or that would prefer orgasming a lot more than that. Then there are some that can go months without it because they just don't care. Let's see here. No man wants to hear that. Yeah. It must be from Maximum. Yeah. That was actually the fun part about when I was back on the diet. It was it really does depend on your libido as well, because my clinical depression and all that other crap, and then all of a sudden I started eating nothing but meat, and all that shit went away, and suddenly my libido was fucking right back to when I was a teenager again, and that was fun. Not so much for my girlfriend, but
it's always fun when you make them tap out.
Yeah.
Please no more. Just I'm done.
We're doing you a favor, Allie Dean. Okay.
Am I pedo now?
Oh, hey, Crimson. Okay, so the entire thing is there are you have the actually it's interesting because it's just like women. The orgasm in men starts in the brain. So the whole the weird shit that whatever his name was saying the other day, it's not you nut up your spine until eventually it fills your brain. It's medically it starts in your brain, because that's, if you look at it, that's where pleasure centers in your brain. It's going to start there.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's kind of why everybody has their own little categories that they search through.
Yeah. Now, from what this is showing, though, that there is, once you actually identify that, there is a way to distinguish between the physical ejaculation and the mental orgasm, and that's what it's actually distinguishing between. Apparently, it's similar areas of the brain fire when you have an ejaculation versus when you have an orgasm, but they are still two separate areas, or there's two separate intensities when you're doing this on a scan in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is you can have the orgasm apparently as many times as you want during a day. But if you're practicing your the Kegel exercises and everything like that, you can actually hold off the ejaculation and keep them dry.
What's with the keeping them dry part? Why do they get to be drenched? And then like they can be wet all over. Cleanup is fun sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, this isn't something that you want to, okay, the easiest way I can think of it would be American Pie 2. As
soon as you said pie.
Yep. Not Stifler, but the one that was banging his mom. The Finch.
I don't remember.
Okay. This is kind of goes into that where he basically had like an orgasm while he was watering a plant. Okay. That's kind of the way this whole thing ends up going is 2 dice. Yes, that's okay. So that's actually a very good expression. That's what I was trying to get out there. The thing that Nutso over there was trying to explain was that you shouldn't ejaculate at all, period. That's not where this goes. Okay. you do need to ejaculate every few days to keep yourself from going crazy, because it does. There are certain chemicals that are released that are not released during an orgasm. And when those hit, that's when the cleanup becomes an issue.
Dry, moist. Oh, but moist.
Not wet, not dry, but moist.
I don't know what it is about moist, but it just sounds weird.
Oh, I know my sister cannot stand hearing that word.
See?
I did not know about this when younger. I would go to the gym that kept me prime time ready to marathon. Oh, yeah. And your physical fitness does have an effect on your sex life. Obviously, if you're morbidly obese, then you're not going to have a very good sex life. There, you have the hypertension issues and stuff like that, and it's not conducive to a good blood flow.
We're not using much of any muscles. I shouldn't say any, but you know what I mean.
Hey, Mary, moist. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Oh, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I did go into this quite a bit. There are some decent little channels, I found one channel on YouTube. She's got like 1,500 subscribers, and it was a video from 2 years ago, so it's outdated information. But like in the almost 2.5 years now that this video has been up, it's barely had 500 views. So I mean, this is definitely not it's not a well-known topic, which is fun for me, because I enjoy the lesser well-known topics. But yeah, pretty much what I'm saying is, every guy that wants to improve their sex life, figure out where your pelvic floor muscles are. That literally the best thing that you can possibly do. The actual name for them, I had that up here somewhere. Give me a second.
Is it the proper name meat muscle?
No, it's the PC muscles. That guy said he didn't know what it actually stood for. And I had one on here that had a tab open that actually told me what they were called. It was
oh shit.
Okay, so definitely not this one, because this one's calling them the muscles between the scrotum and rectum, or the interior taint, if you will.
You say the interior taint?
Yeah, apparently.
It's like a fancy way of saying the inside gooch.
Yeah, basically, it's like, yeah, that's not exactly the right way to describe that. Okay, here, let me. Okay, so it is the pubococcygeus.
Coccygeus.
Yeah, that's PC. Basically, it is a hammock-shaped muscle that goes from from the front side of your scrotum all the way to your anus. But it's flexed in two separate areas, which is where essentially it's where you get your sphincter control from. The thing is once you actually learn to figure out how both of those press down, God damn it, 2 dice. Yes, it is actually a hammock-shaped muscle.
So it is a banana hammock.
So yes, it's your banana hammock. Flex that banana hammock. There we go. But yes, if you actually learn to individually control those muscles to the degree that you can essentially hold in an ejaculate, then you are looking at not only more powerful orgasms, but you're also looking at a healthier sex life. You're also looking at increased, a possible increase in testosterone, as well as a number of other health benefits that aren't even sex related. Like I said, you're doing that actually will improve your posture. It will improve any lower back pains you have. I mean, not any, obviously, but it'll improve certain lower back pains.
Even if your back starts hurting from a severe UTI.
Like I said, not absolutely any. I'm not going to try to make. I'm not even going to try to make that claim, especially not if you've got a kidney infection. Yes, we're making fun of you, G-Man.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of cream on your back.
I mean, I prefer to avoid those situations. I don't know about you.
No. The hell was that? You got like a whole beer keg or something? And now you chewing ice.
Sorry. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely an interesting little rabbit hole to fall down. I will probably update the description of this when I get done with the video, and I'll go ahead and drop in some of these links that I've got in here, especially the 2 case studies, because those, like I said, that's actually from what's her name, Christy Overstreet. She is a PhD, LPCC, LMHC, and CST.
Nobody knows what the fuck any of that stands for.
Hey, PhD. She's a doctor.
You could have just left it at that. You didn't have to flex on this. I remember all the acronyms.
But yeah, I mean, technically, I apologize. I did not realize you could actually hear that on the over my mic. But yeah, she actually does know that. I mean, she actually does have a lot of decent information. I mean, I only found 2 of these case studies, but I'm pretty sure she's probably got more. And like I said, this is specific. This right here is specifically for men. Any other interesting stuff that she has, she probably has some for women as well. But yeah, this is literally, first thing you have to do, open your mind to the possibilities. You can try going the easy way and practice edging.
Edging.
I don't recommend edging because it's really only effective when you're doing it yourself. And obviously when you're doing it yourself, you're basically just forcing yourself to stop right at the edge, at the edge of rubbing one out. So, I mean, you're basically just sitting there playing with yourself for a couple hours.
That shit sucks.
And I would much rather play with a partner. So. But Kegel exercises, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman, Kegel exercises are definitely what you need, because they are the essentially the key to becoming not only to develop better ejaculatory control, but also if you want to actually attempt to become multi-orgasmic, women, they have a much lower refractory period than men. I mean, sometimes it can be as low as seconds, and men, unfortunately, we have to wait a lot longer. So if you want to become multi-orgasmic, then this is right here is actually the scientific way to do it, and it is actually kind of fun.
You would know.
I have tried some of this shit a few years ago, and I can actually attest that that your Kegel muscles do help with better posture. Being a truck driver, we tend to be prone to issues like hemorrhoids and lower back pain and stuff like that, and it's always seen as a surprise when I've never had any of that stuff because of how much control I have of myself down there. And so that's the thing. 90% of the stuff that I retain for information, it's not something that you ever get taught in schools. It's always stuff that you have to go looking for. But once again, we have pretty much the entirety of human knowledge at our fingertips nowadays. This stuff's not that hard to look up. So it just, once again, it depends on what your interests are. Mine happen to be sex, so this is what I look up.
Yeah, I never exactly picked up a book. I just kind of winged it, and it just so happened to work out.
Well, I mean, see, that's the difference, though, is there's working out, and then there's there's working out, and then there's actually excelling in the thing. Because like I can work out if I go play basketball. It still requires a lot of training to do it good, though.
No, that's definitely true because it's one of the things that I say about people when they go to the gym. I'm like, sometimes you might need a little bit help because you could be on those machines and you can be like, say you're doing like the machine that you press up or whatever, and you can have your back. You could be leaning out too much and you're not getting the full effect of what you need just because your body's not positioned in the way that it needs to be.
Yeah, and if you're in that position, somebody nuke that bot. But if you're in that position, you also run the risk of hurting yourself if you're not doing it right.
And that's what they always tell me too, guys. Not no she's. Well, I guess it's hers.
Yeah, it's pretty sad when I'm getting spam bots.
Oh, it's been happening to everybody. It doesn't matter who. You could have one person in there. You could have one subscriber, and the bots are going to be in there.
But yeah, I mean, this wasn't going to be a horribly long stream. This was definitely because, like I said, I wasn't going to review the guy and just turn around and go, okay, this is silly. This is this is the right way how you say that kind of thing, because then it's just going to be another G-Man repeat.
Didn't you have JLR? Oh, fucking Jill on here.
Oh yeah, and he basically admitted that the only reason why he's not an incel is because he bought his wife. You want to talk about a dry orgasm? There you go, right there.
Yeah. What do you mean he bought his wife?
His exact words were that he arranged his marriage with his wife with her father without her knowledge. He bought his fucking wife.
Is she Muslim?
I don't know. He's not going to give me that kind of context. But at the same time, when that's all the information he gives you, it's okay. So you bought your fucking wife. I mean,
he's got to be trolling.
No,
he's got to be. I think he's trolling.
No, if he's married, I believe that's how he got his wife. Because do you really think that fucking little dick energy, little incel, could possibly get a woman the way he talks?
I'm saying that he might have married a Muslim woman. He might like not just like a Muslim. I mean like somebody from where it's the theocracy, where they're used to that type of thing or something.
Basically,
kind of the same thing that happened. I wonder if that's the same place that J-Dubs went to. Maybe they went to the same website.
Yeah, that's either way, it's fucking pathetic. And he admitted that on my channel. That video is not going down, and I will make sure that I remind him of it every single time I see him.
You should, the same way that Drag always reminds him that he agreed that he got studies from doctors on a video game.
Oh yeah, the Sephiroth and the Chocobo.
Yes, Chocobo University. Fucking dumbass.
Co-signed by Dr. Cloud.
That was the worst part. It's like, yeah, Cloud could be somebody's last name, but come on now.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrible.
What? No more nut up the spine.
No, obviously. I mean, I want to reiterate. Obviously, like if we're closing this little section out, obviously this isn't going to happen in one night. You're not going to be able to orgasm 6 times in the first shot that you try it. That's why, Gary, I say that the movie Go is absolute horseshit on that note, because that's literally what that context was. Is he had a conversation with a guy who mentioned tantra one time, and then the next time he has sex, he was apparently able to do it. It doesn't happen that way. So this is something that you have to it's a muscle. You literally have to work it out, and until you can actually maintain that to the point where you can do it on reflex, it's not going to happen. But
how do you know I don't already have it?
How do I know you don't already have it?
Anyone? How do you know I haven't like already somehow in a different way worked out that muscle? Is there a different way to work out the muscle without directly like
not
it's
until
coincidental?
Not until you identify which muscle it is.
All the ones around the dick.
I mean, unless you practice, like flopping it out in front of the urinal and just going, okay, hands up here, and let the stream go, and then stop it, and then let it go, and then stop it, and then let it go, and then, I mean,
it's funny. They tell you to do that for if you have like your prostate cancer and shit like that. They tell you after you have the surgery, they tell you to do shit like that.
Well, that's because that's the muscle that they have to cut into to remove anything from your prostate. And what it does, like I said, on the front side of that, that's your urethral sphincter. On the back side of that, that's your anal sphincter. So that's the muscle that really controls both of them. But yeah, I mean, this is maybe another 10 minutes or so, but it is going to be a short one. I mean, that's literally all that this is really involved in. like I said, not going to happen overnight, but you work on it and identify the muscles first before you try to flex anything down there, because otherwise you're just going to fart and embarrass yourself. Um,
That's exactly what I was saying when he kept talking about the nut up the spine thing. I'm like, it sounds like an easy way to shit on yourself.
yeah. But when you do actually have thoughts, or when you do actually have the identification of those muscles, it helps with control a lot more too. Um, say you are in the middle of a 16-hour fucking drive and you can't stop, and you know, control of those muscles will help you from pissing on yourself or shitting on yourself, because I mean that's literally what they control primarily. uh Ronan, no, it's just a live stream. Yeah. PP Gate, any thoughts on OM? Not familiar with the acronym. If you want to explain that, I can probably figure something out for it. Open marriages? Orgasmic meditation. Okay, that's I was about to say, I've never heard open marriages counted as or said as OM. Uh, it's possible. It depends on how powerful your mind is, and I mean, in that instance, like I said, the for both men and women, orgasm does start in the brain. The problem is will you yourself be able to stimulate that specific part of your brain while doing absolutely nothing in order to actually have a mental orgasm? Um, it's possible. I've actually seen certain clinical trials of people that were able to do it. I don't know what percentage they are in, you know, actual or what percentage of the population they are, because there's never been a big case study done on that. But I mean, I've never actually tried that one, just because I do require some stimulation. That's yeah.
So I just tried it right now, and I think I'm good to go.
Yeah, don't try it. Do not try to have a mental orgasm while driving. There's some facts for you.
Why not? Well, wouldn't you like space out a little bit? Like, wouldn't you have to really think hard?
Yeah, you kind of do. So I would definitely just for the factor that you have to be alert while driving. Definitely not a good idea.
Especially if it's stick.
That's all I drive. So.
Well, damn. Excuse the rest of us peons.
I mean, my truck's an 18 speed. My car's a 6 speed. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you drive the fucking trucks. Them shits, they have like 1,000 gears.
No, it's like 6 gears on the stick, and then there's a differential between high and low, and then each high gear has a second differential.
I knew it was something like that. I know my cousin told me about it.
Yeah. I actually have a t-shirt that's got the gear shift pattern on it. It's really weird. But let's see here. PP Gate. I mean, if you want, hop into my DMs and we can actually have a talk about that. I'll see if I can add that to one of my streams. I mean, I personally don't try to explain stuff like that unless I have knowledge on the subject. That's the reason why I've been wanting to correct this shit, because he was bugging the hell out of me the other day.
But the main part that you didn't explain is how to align your throat chakra. That's the main thing.
Well, there's no scientific way to do that because scientifically chakras are shit.
That was the part that killed me about the whole thing. When you started talking about throat chakras, I'm like, what does that have to do with anything?
Okay. Hang on just a second. Let's see here. Piggygate, that is my email address. If you want to send me an email, we can discuss it that way. I'm kind of interested in it, but at the same time, I know I require more than just staring at a blank wall and thinking about it than that kind of stimulation. So, like I said, I preferably like to talk about topics that I have knowledge on. I'm definitely not G-Man. Let's see here. Ronan, one of my girlfriends would sit next to me while we were cruising and lead my hand. Ronan, come on. Okay. Yeah, if you want to, like I said, if you want to send me an email, let me know what the whole thing is or any links that I can do to actually look it up, then I'll see about adding it.
I think I missed out on what OM was.
That is orgasmic meditation.
How
many nuggets are in that cave? I don't have an answer to that 2 days. Nope.
I remember when you were hooking your little cave up.
What? Are we talking about the wallpaper behind me, or?
Well, I was talking about the wallpaper behind you.
I was about to say that was just to give myself something more than just a white background. I mean,
better than having the bricks like Jello.
Yeah. I don't know why my closet door's open, but okay. Anyways, another 5-6 minutes. If there's any questions in the chat, if we can go ahead and answer those, or if Yato's got any questions for me.
My only question is, when is the best time to do these exercises?
In reps of 10 to 20, approximately 4 to 5 times a day. As soon as you've identified and isolated the muscles.
Like out of nowhere, like just when you're sitting down and chilling, like you don't want to do it standing up or
sitting down, standing up, pretty much in any position in which you could have sex. You want to be able to flex those muscles. Just because, yeah, just because the muscles involved, obviously, if you're fixing to have an orgasm and you are, say, in a missionary position, then you need to know how to do that in that position, as opposed to, say, you are on bottom. So, pretty much any time of the day, it's squeeze and hold for about 10 seconds, then let it go. and then you do that a couple of times, and then later on in the day you do it again.
Is it better to do while in practice?
Actually, while in practice, you'll notice that you use those muscles anyways. The thing is
Yeah, for sure.
it's hard to identify them until you've actually identified and managed to flex them a few times yourself. But as soon as you have, that's when you're going to notice when you use them, and it's actually funny that you asked that, because those are actually the muscles that you flex when you're right in the middle of that O face. Exactly the reason why I chose that thumbnail is because anytime you've got that goofy look on your face is because you're tightening up all those muscles trying not to.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So yeah, women, if you've ever seen your man make that face, that's what they're doing. Is they're
And that's not the face that you always get either.
No, it's not. Hey, BGTV.
Somebody ban this nigga right now. Ban him. Ban him.
He's a mod.
Still ban him.
So yeah, I mean, who was that? PP Yes, they are a must for females. The thing is they are severely under discussed when it comes to men, and they are almost as important for men. So literally, when Mrz.Parker had her stream the other day, that's why I was saying that it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or trans or anything like that. Those are muscles that are absolutely important. If you want a healthy sex life, if you want something like that, then yes, those are important muscles to have control of. Ronan with his jokes.
That's like a backhanded joke.
I mean, I can make a very fun joke. I can make a joke that's actually cringier than that.
Do it. What do you mean you could do it?
Why do vegan women stay quiet during sex?
Because they can't take the meat.
No, it's because they don't want to admit that a piece of meat is giving them enjoyment.
I think my answer was a little bit cringier.
So is a decent pickup line for this: can you locate your pelvic floor? This is definitely not something that you would want to, pop off on a pickup line. This is conversations in.
Yeah, this is after you get comfortable. Well, not after you get comfortable. After she get comfortable.
Hey Tito, how we doing? Oh. Yep. Damn tube steaks.
Oh, that went right in my eye. It's the fucking worst.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're smoking, but I don't like the way that you're smoking it.
My usual.
What is it?
I'm a cheapskate.
Yeah, but why are you smoking it like that? Like, I can hear when you take it out of your mouth. This is weird.
PP Gate. Dating at this age has too many rules. Pretty much I mean, shit, I'm 35 now and I still date. And at this point in my life, it's one of those things that's like, look, are we gonna do this or not? Because if not, I'm gonna get going. I don't have time for the teenage bullshit.
I've already accepted that I might be an old man in my own house with like 3 dogs who sits outside on the porch every day.
So you're gonna be
It
the
gets
grumpy
fucked
old
up.
man version of the crazy cat lady.
If you come by my house and stay the fuck up off my lawn, then we're gravy. But other than that, I don't care what y'all do. No mess with my car and stay off my lawn and leave my dogs alone.
Okay, so Yato aspires to be Walter Matthau.
I don't know who that is, but probably.
Grumpy old men.
I don't know his name. I love those movies though. I do. I love those movies. He also played Mr. Wilson in
Yeah.
Dennis the Menace.
Uh,
I will literally go outside and clip my grass with scissors. If I ain't got shit else to do, I might get fucked up and just like I would. I'm telling you, if I was an old man just by myself, I'd be doing all types of shit. It's just me in the house and stuff.
I think it was Grumpier Old Men. There was I could see you sitting on the couch, somebody walk up to you and it's like, this milk has chunks in it. And you look down, what's your point?
The milk wasn't for you. I knew it was old.
Oh, there you go. You and Monty can do it together. Hey, Stang Doll.
Can do what together? Monty's like 50.
Oh, let's see here.
I'm an atheist, but I'm gonna pray for Monty.
PP Gate. Happy birthday.
That is such a great fucking idea. And I'm an old man. Like, what are you gonna do? Beat me up? That would be so fucking fun. You just
We'll see Yato and Monty over here living next to each other, both outside with scissors on their lawns. And mine's better.
You don't use the ruler.
Okay. Yeah.
It's about that time.
Yeah, it's about that time. I got a couple of things I got to get done real quick because, like I said, my entire family's upstairs sick with COVID, so I got to run to the store and get them supplies before I head back out tomorrow night.
All the way out in the boonies.
Oh yeah, I got to load heading to Kansas on Monday. Not gonna be fun. Oh, Simply Krista, how you doing? Well, I mean, we're just ending it, but if you want to hop back and watch it, that's more than fine. Yeah. You got anything to chill out, Yato? I don't know if you got any clips or anything that you want to bring out soon.
Yeah. So next week is Allie Dean's birthday stream, and
on the 19th.
And upcoming on Tuesday, there's supposed to be a Black Beans and the Bad Show crossover. So,
so
check that shit out. And also,
you, Tito, Allie, and Beth.
Yeah, and also it's up to me, I guess, if you want to see more of fucking Tito, because I got this nigga locked up. Y'all can't get you no Tito. You want some Tito? You gotta come to me. That's where you gotta go.
I'm sure I'll get Tito on here one of these days.
That ain't happening unless I make it happen. All right, I run this Cuban.
Hey, you may be a little bit more Puerto Rican than me, but yeah, you know. Okay, anyways. There we go. Ali Dean dropped you out his channel. If you want to sub to him, there he is. I appreciate that, Ali. Shit, we're about 1:05 after the little 5-minute goof off. Yeah. I hope you guys learned something. It was this is definitely an interesting topic. If you like I said, I'll go ahead and update the description afterwards and put some of these case studies in here because they are actually a little bit of an interesting read. And
this was learning how to nut up your spine
the right way.
The right way.
As a matter of fact, like I said, this can actually lead to multiple orgasms in men. That particular case study was updated November 29th. So this is actually a fairly recent thing. But like I said, I'll drop those in the link in the description. Hell, you guys think critically, but you know what? Learn new things every day. That's the best way to be a better person. Yeah.
And it's also fun to just be the person who doesn't know shit, and you get like flung all this new information. It's tasty.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Eat your meat. It's good for you.